Good day everyone! Today we will be talking about assessment and evaluation for students with exceptional needs, specifically the assessment and evaluation for deaf learners. So according to the American Speech Language Hearing Association, there are three types of deafness: sensorineural hearing loss, conductive hearing loss, and mixed hearing loss, but we will be focusing on conductive hearing loss. So first is, what is conductive hearing loss? So the outer ear, middle ear, and inner ear are the three parts that make up our ear. So when there is a blockage that prevents sound from passing through the other and middle ear, that's when the conductive hearing loss happens. So there are several causes of conductive hearing loss. One common cause is an ear infection when fluids build up in the middle of ear due to colds or allergies can also contribute. In some cases, it may be related to the way the outer and middle ear is formed. For example, some individuals are born without an outer ear, and while others may have been born with deformed ears, or they have a problems in their ear bones. So those are just some of the causes of conductive hearing loss, but there are many other possible causes of this condition. So now that I have explained or discussed what conductive hearing loss is, you might be asking, why is this important in values education? So first is, there are learners who have this condition, and teachers and educators should understand the differences in these conditions in order to address each learner's needs. So next is, assessment is important because it enhances student competence by aligning instruction with the student's skill levels. So to create appropriate assessment for learners with exceptional needs, educators must first understand their students' background and disabilities. So moreover, students generally don't want to be labeled as handicapped or disabled, so therefore teachers and educators should develop differentiated instructions and materials to effectively support diverse learners. So how do we create this assessment and or evaluation? So in the lesson context, we have the topic kagalingan sa paggawa kaakibat ang positibong pakikipag-ugnayan sa kapwa. These are per grade 9 quarter 3. And the values to be developed is excellence or kahusayan. So students learn to understand the value of work combined with positive interaction with others. So the first step is conduct the assessment in the student's mode of communication. So for students with conductive hearing loss, it can be sign language, visual, spatial, or the natural assessment. So it depends on the degree of hearing loss. So those who were born deaf are not suitable for the traditional pen and pencil test. So next is, choose the assessment type. So there are 3 assessment types, but in this we will be doing the pre-assessment, formative, and summative. So the first pre-assessment that the teachers can give is small group activity. So the teacher will assess the student's knowledge about the topic, group, and discuss the question, what are the characteristics of someone who has excellent skills with positive interaction with others? So the adapt for deaf students is, give the instruction verbally and in written form. So the formative assessment is teach check it. So while the students are doing their group activities, the teacher can check if they are showing excellent work while also helping others in need. So adapt for deaf students, and they can observe it through their actions. So for summative assessment, examination. So teachers will conduct an examination about the topic to assess students' learnings. So adapt for deaf students is learners who use ASL or the American Sign Language, but in the Philippine context, they can also use Filipino Sign Language, will have their final examination in this language, or can have an interpreter who will help them with the exam. So in conclusion, learners with conductive hearing loss can learn effectively with the help of differentiated learning plans, and it is important for educators to promote inclusive education where all types of students are given equal opportunities to learn and no one feels that they are incapable of learning. So that would be all for the conductive hearing loss, and I hope you learned something.